Great volleyball matchup. Lourdes, Indiana Tech. Last night, Lourdes beat Tech in Fort Wayne. They're both ranked nationally. Game point in set one. Warriors by 3. Mason Milan keeping his team alive. Out of bounds, Lourdes take the first set. In the second, Grey Wolves need a point to keep them alive. Vinicius Lopez, we're tied at 25. Lourdes trying to close it out. Eduardo Ayala powers it down as the Grey Wolves take the first 2 sets. In the third, Indiana Tech comes roaring back. Ryan Griffel off the hands of Javier Bardani. Sawyer Schaefer can't get there in time. Indiana Tech takes set 4. They would go on and win this one in 5 to end the regular season. They'll probably see each other again in the conference tournament.
I think the biggest thing, our serve and pass kind of broke down a little bit as the match progressed. Our offense wasn't clicking as we maybe are accustomed to. We didn't hit quite as efficiently as we wanted to, which kind of hurt us. And ultimately that allowed them to get some momentum, and they took it. And that's a very veteran-heavy team. So when push came to shove, they were making some swings that looked more like veteran-type swings, and we just didn't have that to match up to them. So hopefully we learned from that's what it takes.
2 guys who know what it takes, Mason Lowry and Norm McGee.
Well, it's fitting, I think, in such a good men's volleyball conference like the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. The regular season title comes down to the 2 best teams in the league playing twice on the final weekend and coming down to the very final points of the season.
Everybody got their money's worth. The people that were in the gym and everybody, the viewers out there watching, what a match.
Kind of felt like Lourdes had this thing in control. They won the first 2 sets, and things kind of flipped in the third. Indiana Tech, a veteran team, really took command. How did they do it?
Well, it was the energy switch to me. You know, Lourdes had a game plan, and they stuck with it the first 2 sets. Got away from it in the third, and then we saw that energy and that momentum pass on to Indiana Tech by that 4th set, and that's where it was.
A couple of big things. It felt like Indiana Tech, with their depth and their quality of guys coming off the bench, they were able to bring in guys like Peter DeMoulen at 6'9", who hadn't played much all season, an absolute difference maker that Lourdes really didn't have an answer for. And it didn't help, too, that setting really struggled. It's taken a little while to find the right mix.
Yeah, DeMoulen came in to give them a new look. Like at 6'9", it's going to obviously give you a good look. But we mentioned and we talked to the whole broadcast that those sets were off. They were behind him. They were off the net. So he wasn't giving his hitters a good chance to get a good, solid swing. Where on the other hand, man, they were teeing it up for Indiana Tech.
Been a pretty darn good season for Lourdes, all things considered. They'll be the number 2 seed going into the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference tournament, which will be played in Fort Wayne starting next week. It's a really young group full of freshmen and sophomores. They made great strides over the course of the season, and now they got to put the disappointment of today behind them, get ready to go again next week.
Well, I got to eavesdrop on Greg's team meeting afterwards, and he told the kids, let this one go. It means nothing. The next few games are what's going to really matter, and then they get a conference championship and they win the whole deal.
Lourdes falls in the regular season finale in 5 sets to a really good Indiana Tech team. We'll send it back to you.